Hi everybody. It's been a minute. Hi. Let's give it a few seconds for a couple of people to join. Whew, there we go. The alarm went out and I genuinely just felt like talking today. I feel like, I don't often feel like coming live. Hi Dira, hey my love. I don't often feel like coming live anymore and I miss it. I miss catching up. I miss just talking and flowing. Hi Christian. And like seeing what happens and how it's gonna go. So I'm kind of feeling in that mood today. I feel like we should talk because the weekend that I've just had, you guys, oh my gosh, hi mommy. Guys, my mom's in the chat. How cute is she? Hi loves. Honestly, y'all, this weekend really put a lot in perspective for me. There was so much that happened in like a 48-hour window that I'm sitting here integrating and doing my routine and embodying, but oh my gosh, I want to talk. I feel like there's lessons for everybody, right? So I went to Miami this past weekend to celebrate a friend's birthday and we were super excited. We're like, we're going to do all the girly stuff, bathing suits, twerking, brunch, all the fun stuff, right? And we literally started with the intention of having a blast. And the moment we pulled up to the hotel, we already felt like something's off because the neighborhood was a little sketch. The hotel itself, when we walked in, we weren't greeted properly. And we're like, you know what? Out of sight, out of mind. We're here to have fun. We're going to let that go. And it just kind of kept happening, right? So we came in, we got dressed. Hi, Lisa. We went to get a couple of drinks. We were just having fun. And we met up with my friend and her cousins. And her cousins were like, you guys are not in a safe part of town. You should leave that hotel. You should go find like another area. Like you are just a bunch of women. And y'all, this was a true test of like not listening to your intuition. So this is one of those moments that, again, I know it's a teachable moment. So as I'm integrating and I'm processing, I'm also feeling led to share because I feel like as women, especially as women, we don't trust ourselves. So the night went on, we're having a couple of drinks, we're having dinner the whole night. Her cousins who are men are like, guys, you can stay with us. Don't stay in that hotel. It's not that safe. Her boyfriend was like, don't go outside at night. It's a little sketch. And mind you, I used to go to Miami all the time. I knew this was not normal, right? But I'm just like, you know what? I'm just crashing the trip. I'm not going to say anything. And from the other side, everybody was tiptoeing around everybody. Exactly, Dira. Trust your instincts. That's what it comes down to. But the whole night just kind of went on like that. So at this point, we've had a couple of drinks. We went dancing. We finally come back to the hotel. And we're like, ladies, let's do like a sleepover and like play with, cards or whatever. We're just like kind of kicky, like just hang out for the rest of the night. You guys, I cannot make this up. We were sitting in there and my friend is like, I'm gonna take a shower so that we can be comfortable. And she goes in the shower and we're sitting in the room and we just heard really loud I wanna say thuds. We thought, somebody just like banged on the window or the wall, like bah, 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 4 times. And we're like, oh, well, that was different. My friend immediately goes, those were gunshots, at which point we all just dropped to the floor. My friend that's in the bathroom screams like, what is going on or something, a little bit more explicit than that. And we're all just sitting in this room in disbelief, like, did that just happen? So one of my friends gets on the phone. She calls, the front desk, like, hey guys, we just heard this really loud noise. Like our wall in the room, I'm talking, we're like literally this far away from the wall. And it hit our wall. There was literally a drive-by shooting at the hotel and it was unreal. We're like, oh my gosh, like our intuition was telling us the whole time. None of us like explicitly communicated, I don't feel safe. None of us addressed everything that we were feeling. We didn't listen to her cousins, meaning we were not wanting to accept help from men. We were not willing to listen to our intuition. We did not want to upset anybody. We were sitting in the people-pleasing BS that like women do of, no, I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to trigger any feathers. But y'all, like when our life literally flashed in front of our eyes, we were all like, what the hell just happened, right? So yeah, all in all, there was a shooting at the hotel. At this point, it's like 2 something in the morning. Mind you, we had been drinking. And we were not safe. We're like, we want to get out of here. So we had to wait on the cops to like clear out the scene and like let us go. We got another hotel, ended up going to South Beach, and we're like, we're good. And this was just the beginning of like the progression of like chaos. Because throughout the weekend at the beach, it was almost like we were attracting toxicity. I don't know how to explain it. There was this guy, like a cult leader. There was a guy who was following us. The neighborhood, the drivers, every time we did something, we were just like, something has to be going on in the universe. But because of Friday night, I think it was just so much that happened. Like, I feel like your brain just goes into fear, fight or flight, PTSD, right? And you're just like, okay, we just got to get to safety. And we did that. And now that I'm home, mind you, there's a lot more that happened. I get home and I'm just kind of sitting with it all and just letting it integrate. First of all, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that it was just, you know, it hit the wall, but it didn't go through, because like stray bullets kill people all the time. And again, this isn't gloom and doom, guys. I'm just unpacking to get to the teaching, I promise. But holy shit, it was so unreal. And as the weekend kind of progressed, by the end of it, now being home, I'm just like, why do us as women feel like it's uncomfortable or not polite to speak up? Like, we don't want to upset each other, other people, rely on men, accept help, accept support, and genuinely just allow people in the universe to help us when our intuition is literally screaming. For me, in human design, I don't have a spleen, and I always talk about like, well, when you don't have a spleen, you're very naive. I wasn't naive. I felt the fear. I felt everybody's fear. It was like times 1,000. But I was like, no, I don't want to, like, they already made the plans. I don't want to intrude. And mind you, I was very lucky. Like, they literally just brought me into the trip. It was fun. But for everybody else, it was a different reason, right? One of my friends was like, oh, it's my birthday. They've already planned something. The other one is like, oh, I booked the hotel and I don't want to let them down. The other one is like, look, I knew the area was bad, but I hadn't communicated. And all of these little excuses, at the end of the day, they don't matter. We need to trust ourselves. Ladies, when your body, your entire being, your soul is telling you something is wrong, you have to listen. When people ask you and send you, like literally say, let me help you, allow me to support you, give yourself permission to allow it. A lot of times, and I would say society has created this cycle of we really don't trust ourselves. And it keeps you in relationships longer than you should be. It keeps you in dangerous situations that you should have never lived through. It puts you in moments and things that, like, when you talk about it in hindsight, it's like, oh my God, like that could have been in the news. That could have been really, really bad. But we decided to be polite. We decided to be nice. We decided to get along. And like the two glaring things for me was the lack of self-trust, because we all felt it. We all knew it. No one spoke up. And even when we did speak up, when somebody countered, we're like, no, it's not a big deal. And I feel like this is something that is a big deal. I feel like this is something that we should speak up. I feel like this is something that, like, women in general, like, this is why we don't have rights. We don't use our voices. We don't speak up for our needs. We don't say, hey, I don't feel safe. At any point, any one of us could have just grabbed a credit card and be like, I'm going to go to another hotel. Or, hey, your cousin said that we should go. Let's go there. Or, hey, here's an out. Mind you, we are 4 women alone drinking in a city where, again, I used to hang out all the time, but it's been a few months and we were already in a bad place. Like, holy crap. So this is why I wanted to kind of unpack it live and just talk through it, because I know it's not a lesson just for me. This people pleasing, this not trusting, this being afraid of communicating what you're feeling, y'all, where in your life are you not speaking up? Where in your life are you not communicating? Where in your life is your intuition screaming like, hey, please listen to me, and you're just shutting it down to not bother anybody, to not ruffle any feathers? And we just continue to perpetuate the cycle of putting ourselves in danger, putting ourselves through things that we really don't have to go through. And yes, I agree. But here's the thing. Women, especially a woman who's like in her power, and there's 2 types, because you could be in your power or you could literally be in your trauma. Either way, you're attracting at all times, right? When you're in your power, men and women are like, oh, who is she? And they come up to you, they want to approach you. But when you're in your victimhood too, you attract predators. It's like honey for flies. They're just gonna come and they want to get all the sweetness, all the sugar. And I'm telling you, the shooting was just the beginning. There was also the things at the beach and within the city. And like, for the first time in my life, I'm 33 years old now, I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe to be a woman alone in a trip with other women. I didn't feel safe to relax and like throw my arms back. And whether you're single, married, engaged, whatever, like the condition of womanhood has become something that we have to like, let me find the words. It has become something where we like hold back to not offend, even if it costs like our sanity or our well-being or our lives. And I see it time and time again. And I'm like, it doesn't matter on which part of the spectrum you fall, speak up, trust yourself, really lean into yourself and be like, why do I feel like what I have to say doesn't matter? Like, why is my intuition screaming this loud, right? And I'm choosing to ignore it. And for me, I could sit here and be like, hey, my open spleen, I was amplifying everybody else's fear. And I'm a coach. I should know speaking up and your voice and your power. But we all have these small little patterns around our friends, around our family, around other people, especially like men or something, where we tend to just kind of let them take the lead and shrink. And then when we're alone, we put ourselves in situations. And I'm not typically somebody who attracts trouble per se, but we were in a group and you really can't control everybody, right? You can't control how somebody else is behaving, the energy that they're in, and whether you're aware or not, your energy is always attracting. You're emitting a frequency. And if it's like someone that's broken and in victimhood, you're giving like the prey energy. Hey predators, I'm prey, I'm easy, I'm broken, come use me. And if you're in your power, you're giving the energy of I'm magnetic. People want to know who I am. Either way, where are your boundaries? Where are the flares? Where are the walls? Like, when do you know when you've crossed that line between like feeling safe and amazing and being who you are and like, wait a minute, I'm not safe, I should say something. I don't want something bad to happen before you say something. And fortunately for us, we were blessed enough to be safe. It just hit the wall. We were able to go to another hotel. It cost a lot more money and a lot more stress than it should have, but it was genuinely just the awareness of it didn't have to be that bad. We didn't have to wait till gunshots literally went off for us to decide we do not feel safe sleeping here. And we all thought it, because when we were driving up, we're like, this does not feel aligned. And we were even told people go to the rooftop of this hotel to like do shrooms, which is totally fine. But that's not where I want to spend the night when I'm drunk. You know what I'm saying? We were drinking and we were alone, and there was just so much vulnerability and so much that could have gone wrong. And it appalls me to say, this happened. But at the same time, it's like, it can't be a lesson that only we learn, right? So I'm grateful to see women here listening, and I hope it's resonating. And if it's something that's speaking to your soul, ladies, start listening. Start listening to your intuition, because the difference about your intuition and like your gut speaks every time. Your intuition speaks one time and it is really loud. It does not repeat itself. Like, I had that hunch the moment we pulled up. I had that hunch when I heard the men at the table literally say, ladies, why don't you stay at our place? Even if you guys lose the money on the hotel, like, we don't feel comfortable dropping you guys off there. And then even the day after, like after the shots happened, like considering staying, we were literally considering like, somebody just got shot outside and we're gonna stay here? Like, we were willing to talk ourselves out of everything that we felt, everything that we knew. And there were 4 of us. We all felt it in different ways at different times. And oh my goodness, ladies, let this be your warning. Let this be, an awareness. Just heed the warning of like, speak up. And this could be something as little as speaking up in your relationship. This could be something as small as speaking up in your job. This could be speaking up even with children, right? Like, make sure that you're heard. Make sure that whatever your intuition is saying, like, there's a reason it's coming up. And the thing about intuition is that it's such a primal response. It literally activates the fight or flight, the nervous system. You literally cannot relax until you acknowledge that it's there. The problem for us is society has taught us to use logic to convince ourselves that we don't know what we're talking about, that we're overreacting, that we shouldn't take it to the extreme, when it comes to your life, to your safety, to your well-being, I want you to take it to the extreme. I want you to speak up, because in hindsight, I wish any of us did. I wish I had. And I'm very grateful to say that we're safe. It didn't escalate or anything, but what could have been a really beautiful girls trip turned out to be a vacation I need a vacation from, because I'm trying to get back to like my grounded, centered place, right? Yes, girl, literally being disconnected from our intuition. Like, that is what society teaches us that is normal, when like intuition is what kept us alive. If you think about the cave people days, they didn't have time to react. They saw a tiger and in 20 seconds it was like, okay, boom, fight, or we're running, we have a shot. Nowadays, we need to start leaning more into that. But anyways, at this point, I feel like I'm rambling. I just genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I'm like, this lesson can't be just for us. Like, I know somebody out there is gonna watch this video or catch the live or catch the replay. And if that's you, hashtag replay below. But trust yourself. Do not talk yourself out of what you know. You don't need to know why you know. Just know that you do, and trust it. And when it's about your life, when it's about your well-being, when it's about your future, lean in. Literally just speak up. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to overreact, and I wish I had. Because I would have had a peaceful night. I would have really enjoyed my weekend, and it would have set the tone in a completely different place of me acknowledging that, like, man, I honored myself and I'm really proud of me, instead of, wow, I wish I spoke up, right? So with that, you're so welcome, my love. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, just, sending you some love. And if this is speaking to you, believe me, girl, do it. Speak up. It's time. Your intuition does not miss. Like, what comes from within you, your soul, God, universe, source, whatever you call it, it doesn't miss. Trust yourself. Anyways, love you guys. Bye-bye.